Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm sharing a week of dinners, all of which are really good summer recipes. So for dinner on the Monday I made my whipped feta pasta. I first sliced up 2 bell peppers. I used a red and a yellow. I then took a large baking dish and I placed my sliced peppers in there. I then added in around 300 grams of mixed tomatoes. I had coloured cherry tomatoes as well as baby plum tomatoes in here. I then drizzled over a good amount of olive oil, sprinkled in a good pinch of sea salt flakes, and I also added in half a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs. These were basil, oregano and rosemary, seasoned with some cracked black pepper, and then I gave everything a good shuffle together to get the peppers and tomatoes mixed through the oil and seasonings really nicely. I'd already preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius, so I placed that in the oven to roast for around 25 minutes. While that was roasting, I made up my whipped vegan feta. For this, I take 1/3 of a block of the Violife vegan feta cheese, and that's around 70 grams. I added that into my food processor, along with half a cup of Alpro's Greek style plain yogurt, then 4 cloves of minced garlic, the zest of half an unwaxed lemon, and then the juice of half of that lemon. I drizzled in around a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and then seasoned with a good amount of sea salt flakes. I then blended that up until it was smooth, thick and creamy. It should be looking a little something like this. I next put a large pan of water on to boil, added a good amount of salt to that, and then I placed in 250 grams of rigatoni pasta, but you could use any pasta you like for this. I cooked that until it was nicely al dente, and just before it was done, I removed the roasted veg from the oven, gave it another little shuffle and made some space in the centre of the dish to then add in the whipped vegan feta. On top of that, I added some dried chili flakes and also tore in a good handful of fresh basil leaves. I then drained off the pasta once it was done and added that in on top and gave everything a really good mix together to get the pasta well coated. I served it up with some chili pesto drizzled over the top, some more dried chili flakes and some torn basil. So this is my take on the TikTok baked feta pasta. Now, usually vegan cheese, feta especially, is mostly made from coconut oil. So if this were to be made in the same way, I don't think it would work and would instead be very watery and oily. So I had the idea of whipping up some vegan feta with the yogurt, which is so incredibly good, adding it in at the end instead. It's obviously not the same thing, but a different take on it. That creamy, tangy, garlicky whipped feta with the roasted vegetables, some flavourful pesto on top and fragrant basil. It's delicious hot or cold and would be such a crowd pleaser if you served this to friends or family as a summery dish. On Tuesday for dinner, I made my crispy sweet chili tofu chicken. For the tofu chicken first, I took an extra large block of extra firm tofu, tore that up into bite-sized chunks and added them into a mixing bowl. To that I added a tablespoon of cornflour and a really good pinch of sea salt, and I just tossed the tofu through the cornflour to get it all well coated. I then scattered that onto a baking tray and just made sure it was evenly spread out, and I preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius, so I placed that in the oven to bake for around 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I cooked up my veg. I first heated a tablespoon of oil in a wok on a medium heat. I thinly sliced a red chilli and also a couple of spring onions. I added the sliced chilli into the wok, cooked it off for a good couple of minutes before then adding in the chopped spring onion along with some baby corn that I'd just halved. I gave the tofu a quick shuffle at this point, and usually I'd take it out of the oven here, but I left it in to make it extra crispy. I then mixed together half a cup of sweet chili sauce in a bowl with the zest of half a lime, and I added in a teaspoon of cornflour, then whisked that all together. I next added some mange tout to the wok along with some tenderstem broccoli, and I fried those off for a couple of minutes to just crisp them up. I then removed the tofu from the oven and added that to the wok as well, along with my sweet chili sauce. I gave everything a really good mix together to get it all coated nicely in the sauce, and until the sauce had heated through and thickened up. We just had this with some plain white rice, but it's great with some noodles as a noodle stir fry too. So I plated up the rice first and then added the crispy sweet chili tofu chicken and veg on top of that. I sprinkled some sesame seeds over, picked some fresh coriander to add on as well, and lastly just added on a few cashew nuts, which would have been great toasted, but these were raw. This is one of my go-to quick and easy dinners. It really doesn't get much easier than this, and it is so tasty. I also did this with a homemade sweet chili sauce before, made with raw chilies, maple syrup, wine vinegar, etc., and it's just as good. But if you want to take a shortcut and use bottled sweet chili sauce, it's so much quicker. This is always my favorite way to do tofu, in these little chicken chunks. I love the extra crispiness to the outside, but it takes on all of the flavors from the sauce, and as well as being crispy, it's still soft and chewy on the inside. And then with the stir-fried veg and the flavors of the lime and the coriander and some crunch from the cashews, such a winning combination. On Wednesday, I made my pulled jackfruit blackened salmon tacos. For the jackfruit salmon, I made a marinade in a bowl using half a nori sheet, which I'd finely chopped up. I then added in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and a tablespoon of caper brine, whisked that together, and then added in a can of half drained jackfruit and just turned the chunks through the marinade to get them well covered in it. I then placed that in the fridge to soak up all of the flavours while I made everything else. I did some shaved grill corn by putting 4 corn-on-the-cobs in a pan of boiling water for 5 minutes, and once boiled, I then put them in a hot griddle pan to grill them. I had brushed this with a little oil, and I just kept them turning over on a medium to high heat until they started to catch on all sides. Once they were done and had cooled down, I then just sliced them vertically against the core to shave off the corn kernels. I put those in a bowl to the side, and I next made up my jackfruit salmon seasoning. I added a tablespoon of paprika to a bowl, along with a tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a teaspoon of onion granules, a teaspoon of dried thyme, a teaspoon of sea salt, and some cracked black pepper. I whisked that together to mix it, took the jackfruit out of the fridge. I placed the chunks on a clean tea towel and then pressed them just to soak up any excess liquid so that they weren't too wet. And then I coated them in the spice and herb mixture on all sides. I'd melted some vegan butter in a frying pan on a medium heat. So I then fried the coated jackfruit for a couple of minutes on each side until the coating begins to kind of blacken slightly. I did this in 2 batches, so once the first batch was done, I put that in another dish to the side, and then I repeated the process with the remaining jackfruit. I then put all of the cooked jackfruit to the side to cool. And meanwhile, I made a coconut, lime and coriander yogurt as a dressing. I used about a cup of coconut yogurt, and then I grated in the zest of half a lime, squeezed in the juice of half a lime, added in a small handful of chopped fresh coriander, and I mixed that all together. I then took 2 forks and I used those to pull apart the jackfruit into smaller shredded pieces, but also leaving some chunks. I did a bowl of black beans as well, and a plate of sliced avocado, a bunch of fresh coriander and some little wedges of lime. On the shaved corn, I crumbled over some vegan feta cheese, added on some dried chili flakes and some fresh coriander, and then lastly I used the same griddle pan that I did the grilled corn in, just to toast some flour tortillas. I didn't add any extra oil to this, I just used what was left in the pan, and I toasted each tortilla on one side until it was lightly browned, did those one by one and then stacked them up. And that was pretty much it. It looks like a lot of work, but this is the ultimate summery evening meal for me, especially if you can enjoy it on a warm evening outside. I love putting together the tacos with all of the different ingredients, just really sit and enjoy eating it all. Everything is so fresh. There's loads of flavors and textures in there. The pulled jackfruit, blackened salmon is delicious. I mean, it could easily be vegan pulled chicken or pork, but the seaweed marinade gives it that taste of the sea flavor. It's just something different, and it used to be a taco filling favorite of mine before I went vegan, so I wanted to create a cruelty-free version of it. That with the creamy avocado, the beans which add some protein, the crunchy grilled corn, some fresh coriander, the refreshing coconut yogurt, all in a grilled soft flour tortilla is so good. For dinner on Thursday, I made my red pesto gnocchi. I added some peppers into this, so I first sliced up another red and yellow bell pepper, and I placed those into that same large baking dish. I also took 250 grams of baby plum tomatoes on the vine. I just removed them from the vine and added them into the baking dish with the peppers. I also took a red onion, peeled it and sliced it up. Added that into the baking dish as well with some olive oil just drizzled over the top, and I seasoned with some sea salt and some black pepper. Gave that all a really good mix together to get everything well coated, and I preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius, so I placed that in the oven to roast for around 25 to 30 minutes. Just before the veg was done roasting, I put a large pan of water on to boil, and once rolling, I threw in my vegan friendly gnocchi. Just check the ingredients, as sometimes this can contain egg. Left that to cook for around 2 minutes. I then drained off the gnocchi and removed the roasted vegetables from the oven. Gave those a bit of a shuffle before then adding the cooked gnocchi in. Next, I took a jar of pesto. Again, you can easily make your own pesto, I often do, but as a shortcut here to make this a quick and lazy dinner, I use the Sackler vegan chili pesto. This is really delicious. It's made with roasted red peppers, almonds, it's also got tofu in there for some protein. I had already opened this and used a little in Monday's dinner, so I really needed to use the rest of it up. I added in the whole jar and then I just put in a splash of water to rinse it out. I also added in a good handful of fresh spinach and mixed that through everything. The heat from the gnocchi and the roasted vegetables is enough to just wilt that down. Kept it mixing until it was really well stirred through. And then I served it up. I grated some vegan parmesan over the top. And I also had the rest of my basil plant, which was looking a little sad and needed using up. So I chopped up some of those leaves and scattered them on top. This is another really quick and easy go-to dinner of mine. I've actually shared a recipe similar to this as a tray bake version, so I will link to that down below. It's actually one of my most popular recipes on the blog, so hopefully you will enjoy this version just as much. So flavourful with the roasted tomatoes, peppers and onion. I love the addition of the spinach in it as well, and the gnocchi is soft and chewy, but I also love baking it sometimes to make it a little crispy. The pesto is so good, and the parmesan and basil just to finish everything off. And lastly, Friday night was my creamy garlic and lemon courgette spaghetti. For this, I heated a tablespoon of oil in a pan on a medium heat, then added in 3 sliced shallots and 3 sliced cloves of garlic. Fried those off for a couple of minutes until they softened. I then took a courgette, trimmed the ends and used a potato peeler to peel it into long, thin strips. I then really roughly sliced those strips into long, thin pieces. You could use a spiralizer or even a mandolin slicer if you have one for the same effect. I put those to the side and made up my creamy sauce in my Milo blender. For this, I added a 300-gram drained block of silken tofu. I also squeezed around a tablespoon of garlic puree in, grated in the zest of an unwaxed lemon and squeezed in the juice of half the lemon, then seasoned really well with some salt and black pepper. Then blended that up until it was nice and smooth and creamy. I then put my spaghetti on to cook. I got a large pan of boiling water on, and once rolling, I added in a good pinch of sea salt and then placed in my spaghetti. Just before it was done, I removed half a cup of the pasta water from the pan. Next, I added the sliced courgette into the pan with the shallots and garlic. And then once the spaghetti was done cooking, I just transferred it over into the pan on top of the courgette. I gave it all a good toss through, and then I added in that creamy garlic and lemon tofu sauce. And I also poured in the reserved pasta water, which just helps to keep everything nice and creamy. I also grated in some vegan Parmesan cheese, seasoned with some more salt and pepper, and then I just turned it to combine until it was really well coated. Served that up, I grated some more vegan Parmesan over the top, added on some chili flakes and some fresh parsley. Since this was a Friday night, we had this with a bottle of French Bloom's Le Blanc Organic French Bubbly, which is a vegan and alcoholic-free sparkling wine made using organic grapes. It's low calorie, low sugar, and is a great bubbly alternative. It's light, it's crisp, it's fizzy, it has tropical notes as well as Granny Smith apple, spicy citrus fruits and white flowers. I had this chilling in the fridge beforehand, and we had it in champagne flutes because why not? I enjoy an alcoholic beverage, but this is lovely, and we were able to drink the whole bottle and not wake up with a headache the next day. It went really well with this creamy garlic and lemon courgette spaghetti. There's so much flavour in this from the onion, the garlic, the lemon. The silken tofu is great for a creamy sauce, but also packs in a load of protein. The courgette gives a slight crunch against the spaghetti. Again, it's fairly easy, but so delicious. That's it for a week of my evening meals recently. I hope you enjoyed. As always, the recipes are in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon. Bye!